Fatman!
Once upon a time, a regular man who wrote a book written by the Fatman. Tough shit, and it's written by old Kevin Smith. Kevin said go out and start a podcast, and so I did, and had a real laugh. The session was driving my co-host nuts. Didn't want to bring the podcast down. Needed pork chop Murphy to hang around. So I created the show, heck of a plan, and called that show ThatMan on Fatman. Then we're going to chat about Kevin Smith. That's right, let's talk about old Kevin Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, ThatMan on Fatman.
David Manheimer, everybody. Hey, everybody, welcome to ThatMan on Fatman. My name is Scott Holden, also known as ThatMan. This will be episode 52. I want to thank you all for coming here today. Start out with a bunch of notes first, before I introduce someone very special to me. Okay. Bunch of thank yous that have to go out. First, I need to thank Neil. Well, first, we need to thank NYCpodfest and Jeremy Ween for putting this all together. Come on, give it up! I also want to thank Does This Hold Up for opening up this part of the show. Thanks, guys. I want to thank Neil G. He knows who he is. He's the guy who sort of inspired me to do this. Also, Mark Live from Chunder Tunes out there. Stephen Holden, my brother who plays the original guitar on our theme song. Also, Scooby Doom, if you're familiar with the show, he's the Joker during the opening. Who else do I have to say? Jenny Noel from Driving Miss Jenny. I'm so glad you guys came here today. Thank you so much. Ben Montgomery, I would be lost without my blogger. You'll hear that. He's also Indie Mac user. And finally, the person I think I need to thank most of all is Kevin Smith. Because without Kevin Smith, there would be no ThatMan, and that is the truth. The other person, those who are not familiar with my show, it's pretty simple. I was obsessed with Kevin Smith. I had another podcast, but like every time I talked about it, it would piss off my partner. So, as a result, I said I'll start my own show. And so I did. And 1 year, not even, a month short of a year, here I am at NYCpodfest. And that, to me, is fucking huge. So, please, give it up. At this point, I'm going to welcome the other secret to my success. And that is my wonderful wife, my co-host, my producer, Jeanne Holden. Wait for that. And, oh my God. Okay, so, like when we started this, I went to Jeanne and I said, I have this idea I think I want to do. I want to do this podcast based on Kevin Smith. And she jumped right in. And then here we are, sitting here. And it's fucking amazing to me. So, give it up for Jeanne one more time. All right, at this time, it's time to bring out my panel of guests. These are the guys. All these guys have been so wonderful, so supportive. If it wasn't for them, we would have no show. Let me bring them out. Scott Schiaffo from the film Clerks. Chris Laudando, new producer of What Say You podcast. Rob Bruce from AMC's Comic Book Men. Also from the film Clerks, Ernie O'Donnell. And a very special appearance that I'm so pleased that we met for the first time today. Mike Belicose, also from the film Clerks.
Good. All right, folks, that's our show.
All right, everybody got a mic? Everybody ready to go here?
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we've got some questions for these guys. Our time is tight, so we kept it down to one good question per. And
my answer is blue.
I want to start with Mr. Schiaffo, who was one of the first. If it wasn't for him, I don't know that we'd be sitting here.
He was the first settler in the United States.
He kind of kicked this door open for us. And to you, sir, I would very much wish to ask, what was it like playing Kevin Smith's father, Don Smith, in the upcoming film Shooting Clerks?
Wow. Well, it was obviously an honor. I didn't get to know, I had never met Mr. Smith in person, but I was able to talk to Ernie a little bit about, to get a little, idea of what the man was like. And of course, Kevin has talked about him in different blogs and in his books. But it was an honor, and it felt like, I did feel like a lot of pressure though, because like playing somebody that's so important to Kevin, wanted to make sure I think less was more was what I ended up thinking going in. Because he was a man, very supportive man, but not necessarily a man of a lot of words. But when he did talk, Kevin always took a lot away from it. So it just was a wonderful experience. I was very fortunate and happy to be a part of it, really.
I was so happy to see it happen because, I mean, you watched sort of it was up, it was down, you were in that part, you were out of that part. So
yeah, well, the production had a lot of hurdles, a lot of speed bumps. So, but yeah, I'm very happy that it came to fruition nicely in the end. I think it's going to be a really fine piece.
For the folks out there, what we're talking about is a film being created. It's an independent film called Shooting Clerks. It's based on the Shooting Clerks when they created it. It's a biopic. Most of it is being shot in Scotland, hence many production issues back and forth.
Scotland?
Yeah, Scotland, yeah.
It's not about shooting actual clerks.
Yeah, it's not about shooting these.
Scotland.
We gotta point that out.
So they're using Scotland as a vaccine for New Jersey?
They are indeed. They've built sets in Scotland.
So what, would they just bring some
Everything
trash
looks like-
with them and throw it in a big pile?
Everything outside of New York
Snoop
City looks like
Shipment
New Jersey.
cheese.
So,
All right, we will, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, this next one's going to you.
okay.
You recently became the producer of the podcast, What Say You? With Q and Sal. In the very short time you've had this position, how has it changed your life, sir?
I get a lot of crazy emails. I get to read a lot of weird emails that are directed to Sal and Quinn, and there's a lot of fucking crazy people out there. There's a lot of crazy people out there, but a lot of, I'd say, a lot of people that appreciate them like I do, that appreciate the comedy and the relationship that they have, this great friendship that they had growing up, and to be able to transition that into a career and to make other people happy and inspire other friendships. So it's pretty cool.
How much hamburger porn?
A lot. No, not really. There's not a lot of hamburger. For those of you familiar with the What Say You podcast, they put out to their audience of people that are interested in submitting photographs of themselves dressed up like the Hamburglar from McDonald's and having sex with their or whatever. I haven't got anything XXX, but definitely a hard R.
So having sex as a Hamburglar?
What's up?
Is that like a new level of furry thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm highly offended. I'm a vegan. So I'm highly offended. I'm looking at these emails.
Any grimace shots yet?
No grimace shots. Wait, did you want me to elaborate on the no
Yeah,
grimace?
please.
There
More
are-
details, man.
There are no grimace shots.
Even if it's painful?
There's a lot of hamburglers, like women that are dressed up with the mask, the stripes, the cap. I mean, just think about the psychology of that, like going out to like a store and putting together this outfit, because nobody has that in their closet, I hope, right?
I want to jump down to Rob for a second. Rob Bruce.
Can I read my 16-page manifesto?
Oh, please no. No.
Okay.
Well, you can after as an answer. All right, you believe in the Jersey Devil
I've seen the Jersey Devil.
and the paranormal. What is the strangest paranormal experience you've ever had?
Oh my God! Well, I lived in a haunted.
Chris, feel free to jump in.
I lived in a haunted apartment. My first apartment in Red Bank. I'm from Red Bank, New Jersey. Just anybody out there doesn't know that. So I'm actually, it's funny thing is we're all pretty much born in the same hospital. But beyond that, I actually lived in an apartment and I got scared so badly that I had to move out. But that's not the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing was I was walking down the streets of New York City in like 1983, and I passed a bum, and he said Bobby Y, and I'm convinced it was my grandfather because I was on some sort of strange psychedelic drug binge, and I turned around, he was gone. But I was sober at that time, sort of. I was probably still hungover from the night before, but you know how those things work. So that happened, and then of course there is the sighting of the Jersey Devil at 4:03 in the morning, going down 537 out towards Columbus Flea Market.
After a binge.
No, clean and sober for 25 years with my wife in the car, but that's beside the point. 7 days! Belly, everybody, 7 days.
On a cleanse.
On a cleanse, yeah. So you get they give you the, was it a colonic?
Whatever they want.
Been on a cleanse since May 15,
he has no idea what a
1994.
colonic is.
It's kind of like being a vegan.
It's like the Highlands idea of a cleanse. What's the Highlands idea of a cleanse?
Uptown.
Uptown?
I was uptown.
Uptown, like.
Kevin was downtown.
Yeah, but you were wet side, dry side.
I was, yeah.
Dry side, not wet side. If anybody
They
knows
were
what that means.
How's that work?
Yeah.
How's the dry side, wet side thing work?
Well, the clammers would live down on the wet side, so when the high tide came in on a storm, they would get flooded, and the dry siders were the Beacon Hill type.
You think
The swells.
But you
we have to call them.
after that happening once, everybody would be high side.
Right, but the first time that happened was in 36, right? The big storm in 36? Or Carmine in 54.
Gloria in 54.
Glory and glory, right?
Yeah. But me and Kevin were clam diggers downtown.
Downtown. Now, did you ever actually dig clams?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So you were a clam digger.
Huh?
Were you offended by the
name clam digger? No, why would you be? That's where all the bootleggers were too.
That's right.
All the alcohol was down in downtown.
You don't drink?
No,
but our grandfathers were the ones who brought the booze ashore during Prohibition.
Right, all the secret
sweet.
tunnels were down there.
Really?
So all the clam diggers and bootleggers used to get that before the uptowners.
Did you guys ever go down there?
Didn't they close? They closed a lot of those also.
Yeah. Well, some of them are still open.
Yeah.
The Spy House around that area.
So that you feel is your most intense paranormal experience? Seeing the Jersey
Well,
Devil?
the Spy House is also haunted, so it's probably the most haunted house in New Jersey. If anybody wants to go on a tour, just go there late at night, knock on the door, somebody open up for you.
Yeah, mention Rob Bruce's name.
That's no Testy ghost hunter.
3 times and I'll show up. But I don't understand why people get so bent on the paranormal thing. I mean, metaphysical happenings happen every day. I mean, there's so much energy on the earth that to think that this is it and this is the only level is sort of absurd and immature. So there.
You want to take this, Chris? Or do you
Yeah, I watch what's it on the Travel Channel? Ghost Adventures.
Ghost, yeah.
Those 3 shows. What do you call them? No, I'm sorry, like nice guys. Every episode though, they find a ghost. How could that be possible?
Maybe they're just going to the right spots where they already know the ghosts hang
I don't know,
out.
because a couple of friends of mine are working TV. If you might know.
But aren't you afraid of ghosts, Chris?
No, because
I
they
ain't
don't
afraid of
exist.
no ghosts.
They don't exist. I heard that on a set of one of those shows, I think Quinn was talking about it once, that he knew a producer on that show, and sometimes when they're shooting that type of that show and nothing's going on, somebody will take a pebble, throw it down a hallway. What was that? To get things going. So it's all bullshit.
It was always
So you
fun.
think it's all fake, Ghost Hunters, which is in its 9th or 10th or 15th
All
season?
reality shows staged.
No,
Yes.
that's not true.
Yes.
They're just unscripted.
Wait a
No,
minute
it's
here.
The
staged.
big difference. No, they're not.
You're starting to hear the bread and butter there.
It's fun. It's fun. I'm sure this New York City, the East Building, there's probably 1 million ghosts right now, right? These buildings.
I already said I saw
What do you
a
like
ghost
tenements
today.
back in the day? A lot of people died in here. Just it's
Anybody
bullshit.
in the audience seen a ghost?
Anyone ever?
Were you under the influence of alcohol or drugs?
Anybody in the audience a ghost?
Who's not here? Raise your hand. All right, I got a question for Ernie real quick. Well, this won't be real quick, I hope. You have a reputation of being a bit of a ladies' man, sir.
I'm sure his family appreciate that.
Does your wife know?
In the matter of amore, what is the wildest situation you've ever found yourself in? Sorry. Well, be
discreet.
Be discreet.
This is being taped. I'll get a copy and you fucking be
Or
taped
most
forever.
entertaining. Well,
Ernie's got a big one.
What
What's that mean?
Ego?
I was his roommate for years.
What the hell is that supposed
Do
to
you hear that, ladies?
Help him along,
There's
Mike,
my word
please.
of
Help him
song right
along.
there.
I'm so glad he's
Well
here now.
down, he's well
Wait,
down.
It's funny is he said he was going to be. You said he was going to be quiet. Now he's about to act.
Yeah, right?
I'm not even drinking.
That's right. Oh, God.
Come on, you stepped in it.
You know I had to. I had to put you on the spot,
Go
dude.
for it. Do you want me to tell him?
You can always.
No, all right, so I'll fuck.
You want me to tell him?
No.
I have to tell what I think you're thinking about.
The sextuplets?
No, that's the.
They were.
So,
Oh.
impressive. So I was on a dry spell.
What is a dry spell, Ernie?
I don't know, maybe.
72 hours?
No.
A week?
I'll say a couple months after I had a breakup. So,
Oh.
yes, I know. So, I was playing the field a little bit, trying to get some ladies.
Like a senior Wenceslas sort of thing?
Yeah.
Everybody got that.
So I got involved with this beautiful young redhead and brought her back to my place, which I lived with Mr. Belicose.
Yeah.
Billy.
Now, Belly was never home in the evenings. He was always out or about doing something. So his car was not there, so I didn't think he was home. His mother lived upstairs. I didn't think she was home. So
This
I
is
had
the
to
first date, too.
Yeah, this is the first date. So, first official date. I was courting her for months at this time. And she was engaged to somebody, but I would not do anything until she wasn't engaged. So she called me and said, "We're not engaged. I'm not engaged anymore." So to me, that's
Was she from the Highlands?
No, she was not.
I was going to say, because it's probably her brother, right? She was
Yeah, right. So in my head, it was game on. So we went out dancing one night. I brought her back to my place, and it's a flight of stone steps to get up. And of course, once we get out of the car, all the good, kissing, hugging, type stuff happens on the way up.
It's called good
Heavy hugging.
Heavy hugging and dry humping and all that good stuff.
I think this is a half-hour show.
Yeah. So I push open the door, throw her in, and proceed to throw her leg up on the wall and high heels, and we probably lasted about 10 minutes in the hallway.
I think it was 10 seconds.
By the time we got to the end, the walls were all scratched up and a couple holes in the sheetrock, and so I threw her in my room.
Through her.
It was like I was bent up, dude. It was like 4 or 5 months. Right? Yeah,
I love you, man. I'm so
All
glad. I'm really so
1,500
glad you're here.
So I went in,
True
so
little-
I'll be honest, the first few moments it went pretty quick.
The whole thing was quick. She's still complaining about it now.
Exactly. So then,
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile-
I'm sleeping.
meanwhile, she had to get up and go
Not
to
for
the bathroom,
long.
Yeah.
not knowing that anybody was home. And
How much you want to bet that she comes out of the bathroom and goes into Bella's room?
No.
Yeah,
$5.
that'd be a story.
$5. Come on, come
Close
on.
to that. No, she was half
That'd be a story.
naked, so she goes to the bathroom across the hall.
She wasn't shit-faced?
No.
She
As
went home with
comes
you
back
anyway?
out, this one peeks his head out the door in his bedroom and sees her, and then she comes back in my room and goes, "Your roommate's home?" And I was like, I had no fucking clue.
Dude,
who
I
his
got
roommate
better
was home.
stories than that. I once went to bed with one woman, woke up with another one. I still have no fucking idea how that happened.
There's children in the room. I can't
Oh, I'm
do
sorry,
that.
are there?
I will tell you, I'm 6 foot, and the marks for the boots were above me. On the wall by the front door. I mean,
It's 'cause she
literally
was a
foot away
red-headed
from the door. I
giraffe.
couldn't wait.
Maybe
Is
they
that
were
your story?
uggos.
It's a true story. I don't know how high they got.
It's not
They were
a
high.
true story. You made it up 10 minutes ago. Do you have any proof?
Well, frankly,
The skid marks are still there.
Proof.
Skid mark, not skid marks. Scuff marks.
it's okay. I'm over the house. I'm
I
over
have a
here.
skid mark.
Attention.
What kind of podcast
All right,
is
I
this?
believe you.
That's okay. I'm over the host over
The
here.
sad part of the end of the story was by the end of the weekend she wound up in the hospital.
Ooh.
For what?
He's well endowed.
As much as I'd like to think that, no, I didn't know my wife. And she turned to be
You threw her out a window.
She was an asthmatic, which I didn't
She
know.
was asthmatic. Well, you got to back off every once in a while.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that.
You got a breathing heavy? Is that what you're trying to say?
Are there kids in the room?
Use your imagination, Scott.
I tell you, I cannot wait to ask this next question.
Oh, great.
Mr. Belicose, Mike, Belly. God. All right. Kev tells this story about the last time his dad hit him. It involved something about like a day of hanging out at home in robes, throwing pillows, and maybe having girls over. Do you recall any of this, and what the fuck was going on?
That was, yeah, we went out to Sandy Hook, and we got all those...
Largest nude beach in the East Coast, by the way.
Yeah.
But we got all those prickly things on us that stick to you.
Yeah.
A bunch of them. So when
Burrs.
we went back to Kev's house, we had to take our clothes off.
He had to take his prick off.
Throw our clothes. So we proceeded to put on these robes.
Prick on a prick?
And after the robes one, I guess we were feeling like, let's try to get some ladies over. Where he was.
How old are you?
We didn't do nothing together.
You have over here?
I was the follower. That's
How old
still in.
How old are you talking here?
In a row?
Like 13, 14? Yeah.
24, 25?
How old were you? I think. Teens?
13? Yeah, 13, 14.
Did you ride your bikes?
He just posted it like last year. You know, I don't remember how we got there.
Obviously, you went over the bridge. It's the only way to get there from your house. There's only one road.
That was
What do you mean you don't know how you got there? You go down Route 36 and you make a fucking left. Excuse me.
Well,
He
he
showed
walked
me.
it.
There was no alcohol involved as far as...
No alcohol. Not then. No, that was too little.
Yeah.
And he didn't drink much. But
And you bring...
so, yeah, we were in the robes, and we never got any ladies over there. I know that.
Okay.
Or at least, I didn't get no late action.
And then there was something about a pillow fight in the dark or something? You guys sort of throwing pillows at each other in the dark, or flashlight fight or something?
I think it's
Yeah,
fun.
that's called a penis fight.
No, it was
I
not
think
that.
that's not a
Or
sword
sword
fight.
Flashlight off.
There was something with pillows, but I'll tell you. my
I think that's when
memory's
Hugh Hefner left the room.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of how homoerotic this actually was.
No, there was no penis touching or anything.
Scott, just answer a true question. You want to know what Kevin looked like naked if
Yeah,
he
yes.
Right.
That's all you got to
Okay.
answer.
All right, tell me, please.
That's the whole point of this podcast.
Yeah. You want to put that in your head there somewhere. to get
Okay,
you through
Chris,
the night.
tell him what the goal is.
Okay, I had told Scott that
This is terrible. All right,
because Scott,
scrap it.
throughout, I guess, the year that he had this show, he has got a lot of people that have been in the Kevin Smith world. He's got a lot of people on his show from Clerks. Recently had Bob Hawke, who, without ThatMan,
It was awesome.
nobody would be on the stage. I mean, that's why the movie became about. So I told him, so it's like, basically, once Kevin gets on the show's over.
Right.
So, done. Like, that's the whole purpose of the show. And is it okay if I... I mean, your kids are
Go ahead.
I say, so basically, you're just going to receive Kevin's just full load in your mouth. That's just the pinnacle of, like, the show.
How are you going to talk if it's a podcast? That's not really a good idea.
Well, that's going to sound like this at the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Done.
Thank you, sir.
iTunes and Stitcher.
That's right. But Scott will proceed to shit out that cum for years to come. That's what you'll do. That's what you'll do.
Thank you so much. You've been waiting to do that, haven't you, sir?
And then he eat it again.
That's our show,
Yeah.
folks.
You'll just recycle it.
Only if you guys can hold me down. That'd be fun. All right.
Well, thank you.
At this point, I would like everyone to give it up for Scott Schiaffo, Chris Laudando, Ernie O'Donnell, Mike Belicose, and Robert Bruce, and of course, my producer, Jeanne Holden. At this point in the show, usually what we do is we play something called Testy Brute's Pick of the Week. And Testy Brute is a woman from Barcelona, Spain, who's probably the only person in Barcelona, Spain interested in telling Steve Dave. Huge fan. We had her on the show. We had her on the show, and we were fascinated. And since then, she's been doing this. Each week she picks an episode for people to listen to for their own enjoyment. She made a special one just for Podfest, and I believe we're going to get it played to us now.
Want to submit a theme song for this segment? We'd love to hear from you.
Back.
Come on,
Go
go
wind it
ahead
back.
and do it.
Wind it back. Editing fun.
Huh?
She's like, hello from Barcelona. Send food.
And choose. Those are things you put on your feet, like zapatas. No? Hello, this is Testy Brute,
And I want to suck your blood.
episode 16.
Well,
I think I'm on that episode, actually. Anybody listen to Testy?
Tom
Everybody?
Steve Dave fans in the house?
Don't see that in there?
Yeah! How about I sell comics? I'm next, huh? Everybody hanging out. You better fucking hang out. when it's on mic.
Are we doing okay there? We got it?
Can I go now?
Okay.
It's a podcast. There's no dead air.
Editing sword.
Go ahead and do it. Now, let's go to this week's pick. I was wondering which episode would make a good continuation to the Yoho one. And what better thing to do than go into ant territory. So, this week's pick is TSD62. Welcome to the machine. With a very, very special guest, Dave Windorf from Monster Magnet.
Yeah.
He's always a great guest, and I couldn't agree more with Walt, you should really go see live. Here, we can hear music and comic talk with Dave, but we can also hear Walt's favorite Monster Magnet quote. We'll re-listen to Q and Walt experiences in prison, but definitely this episode is best known for the ant talk, because after all, you're just another ant in the colony. This episode also has one of my favorite Bryce quotes, when he says, "This is my family, my TSD family." And you know, I'm really happy to be part of this family. So, I hope you will listen to it, I hope you enjoy it, and you're all the way.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for supporting the show. Please subscribe to ThatMan on Fatman on iTunes, on Stitcher, and all that good stuff. And I think we're done. So thank you
very
all.
much.
I sell comics.
Thank
next.
everybody.
I sell comics.
As I Sell Comics with Mike and Megan's next.
We'll be there.